The Shonash Canyon Bridge has always been our lifeline to much of the alliance of free cities. When it was destroyed, our survival hung in the balance. But when the going gets tough, Sandrockers get tougher. We all played our part in rebuilding this bridge, but let's give a special round of applause for our core construction team. I would also like to thank the world-renowned businessman Mr. Musa, as well as the Alliance of Free Cities for their generosity. Much of the budget for this bridge was donated by Mr. Musa after he heard about our predicament. With that, I hereby declare this new Shonash Canyon Bridge officially open for business. Now with that out of the way, I call upon our own Dr. Chi to cut this here ribbon and hereby declare this bridge reopened. Has anyone seen Dr. Chi? No matter the breadth of that which ails us, the weight of what troubles us, we will stand steadfast, unmoved. This bridge is the spirit of Sandrock. With this success, I can confidently declare, the best is yet to come.
I've always been so fascinated by builder work. Who knew all the studying I've done in my spare time would pay off? Did I impress you with my knowledge? I wrote a 3-page memo on how Peck could be a more efficient miner. He didn't even read it. Catch you later.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Well, if it isn't one of my favorite builders. Fancy seeing you here. What's that? You live here? Well, never mind that. Here's the thing. We've all been under a lot of stress lately, and gosh. That adventure into Giegler territory, plus your usual 9-to-5 building gig? Mental health is a serious thing, and it's also my duty as Chief Safety Inspector to make sure everyone's doing all right. Recently, it's just come to my attention that we could all use a little checkup. Care to answer a short survey? Swell! Thanks for being so easy to work with. To contrast, I usually have to wait till Penn's asleep before I can get him to fill anything out. But that's neither here nor there. On with the survey! Keep in mind that your answers are totally confidential and will not be shared with anyone, so please don't hesitate to speak your mind. Firstly, how often does thinking about your battle with the Gieglers trouble you? And how often do you feel like builder work is just too much to handle? Right, got it. Last question. How do you usually relax when you're stressed? Escapism. Got it. Huh. According to this, it looks like you're A-okay. Nothing phases you. Guess I had nothing to worry about. Hey, you're not just pretending to be okay and choosing C for everything, are you? No, you would never do that. That would be so disingenuous. Well, that'll do it for the survey. Thanks for being patient. I'll be analyzing everyone's results. You know, if it so happens that people are feeling down, I think it's only right that the church get out and do something about it, don't you? Anyway, we'll be in touch. Thanks again.
Hey, doing all right? So, how did our sand wall perform? Did it keep you awesome? Glad to hear it. I had a theory that a flying sand type would be weak against walls. Well, in any case, this is still only a prototype. At some point, I'll look into improving my design and call it, I don't know, something along the lines of Sand Wall Level 2. Working title. In any case, don't forget to always come in and check on my catalog over at the CJ, short for Construction Junction, and stay up to date on what kind of architectural additions you may be in the market for. Thanks for the feedback. Catch you later. Lead the way. Let's construct our... You seem kind of flat today.
Thank you. Catch you later.
See ya.
homemade fuel joyride through the hairscape. Destination.
Fantastic news, newbie! You're being promoted, and your first task in your new position is to build and place a yak mill stop over by Gecko Station. Here's a diagram. Bye-bye now. Huh? Well, no, you'd be making exactly the same, just with this additional responsibility. It's more about the prestige of being promoted. That's my builder. You'll do great in your new position. I'll think of a title later. See ya. Mm-hmm.
Get it off! Mabel! He's doing it again! That's it? I want this cat gone! Out of here right this minute! Get rid of...
So glad you're here! You like kitty cats, don't ya? Well, our new friend Banjo here is in a bit of a pickle. See, he can't seem to stop marking territory around the ranch and everywhere in our homestead. Now my pa wants to kick him to the curb. But I know just what to do. Banjo just ain't got a place he feels like he can call his own, what with all the other animals getting their scents all over. I take it you've heard of a doghouse, yeah? Well, I got together with Hattie on the issue, and we came up with something we're calling an animal house. I've got the diagram for it right here. Can you build? Swell! In the meantime, we can keep Banjo safe at your house, at least till he's got a place of his own. Fine, I'll take him to Meon's place. Seems like the little cutie really likes our town, so I'm letting it roam free around here. If you see it, give it some food and pet it on the head. I bet you it'll love it. Did you get time to help make that animal house for poor little Banjo? Swell! In the meantime, we can keep Banjo safe at your house, at least till he's got a place of his own. Great! I'll take Banjo over right now. Oh, and before I forget, here's the diagram.
Howdy. Yeah? Yeah?
Oh, this photo, huh? This one takes me back. We couldn't be much older than 20 in this photo. This is not long after we met at the Oasis. She was running her hotel, and I was a gardener with no real purpose. We met when I was just passing through. and I was instantly struck by her passion. She told me about her dream to share Sandrock's beauty with the world. How strange that those fiery eyes, full of passion, would soon instead be full of tears, and all because her dream came true. Indeed, she shared her oasis with the world, but the world did not return the same kindness. Nothing gold can stay. Time, regrettably, marches on in only one direction. Perhaps Sandrock was destined to be used up. I tried my best to turn back time in the desert. I was but one man, and my quest was folly. She looked so happy in this photo. I'd almost forgotten about that look of hers. If only I'd stopped her that day, when she went to check on the straw grid. Oh, sorry, I've kept you too long, haven't I? Young one, thank you for bringing this to me. It feels good to share these old stories with someone who will hear them. Please stop by if you find any more of my photos. Oh, well, if it isn't... This was Mason's first day as a builder here. One of the cheeriest folk you could have known, back then anyhow. I'd almost forgotten about those two. Email and Lou. That woman there with the glasses, and that fellow wearing a suit next to Theodore. They took over running the town at the height of the relic rush. Lou believed with development, Sandrock would figure out ways to overcome its environmental drawbacks. So he did everything he could to push for progress. Sadly, he was mistaken. With all those big machines coming in, along with more and more mouths to feed, the water dried up, and that was the end of it. In his later years, he tried to find a way to keep what was left afloat, but it was too late. He left office a broken man. Same thing happened to Email. For nearly 40 years they fought for this town. But we all have our limits, I suppose. Now, no one in this photo is here anymore. But we have new hope in this town now. We've learned from our past, learned from our mistakes. Sacrifices are sometimes necessary to make progress. Let us hope that the last of our sacrifices have been made. Thank you for finding this. I think there are only a few more. I must say I'm astounded at how fortunate we've been. I hardly expected to see any again. Let me know if any more turn up. And thank you.
Yeah? Uh-huh.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, hey there. I was just here putting this letter into your mailbox. On second thought, might just not. Oh, hey. Shoot. I just remembered. I need to go home and lock myself in my closet. See ya.
Well, looky there. That there's a cat house if I ever seen one. All we can do now is hope that this improves Banjo's condition. Thanks a lot. We'll make a critter lover out of you yet. Hey, speaking of, you thinking of adopting any of the animals in town? They ain't just cute little companions. They'll go get you some cool stuff too. It's super easy. When you have a close relationship with them, they'll stick with you like family. Just build them a bed in your home. If you don't, then, well, they gotta sleep on the ground, and you ain't a monster, are you? After you adopt them, you can name them whatever you want. But take it seriously, okay? Don't be like my old man, naming me after a yak mill. Oh, and take this pet whistle. Don't matter how far your little critters are. Give this a blow and they'll come running. Alright, that's about it. I ain't gonna talk your ear off no more. I'm gonna go find some cute little animals to play with.
How are you? I take it you got our letter? My, that Burgess. That child went around to everyone in town to check up on their wellness. He has such a big heart. The results he came back with, I must say, were rather shocking. 80% of those who took the survey reported that they were at least suffering some form of anxiety. Some from the gigglers, some from the state of things. So I got together with our resident expert in fun, Katori here, and... Well, Katori, why don't you tell our fine builder friend here what we came up with?
It's my pleasure, Minister. I must thank you again for getting the church to support this project. See now, way I see it, the only cure to these psychological drudgery type have-you-do, how-do-you-do's is one word: entertainment. Seeing as Gecko Station has recently become unoccupied, we now have the opportunity to turn a negative into a positive. I present to you sand sledding. But sounds sleek and sophisticated, something the youth can identify with. Our tourism profits will quintuple overnight, and the mental health crisis, I assume, will also be resolved.
This is where you come in, Builder. We need you to help us build up some of the things involved in creating such an attraction.
I've already explained our needs to Mianne. She'll be making the sand sleds. I need you to help us make the sign-in table. Here is the diagram. I drew it up myself. When you're done, please install north of the old Giegler building.
How lovely! I love it when a plan comes together. Looking forward to seeing what the two of you come up with.
Minister, I beg of you to reconsider.
I've told you, Miguel, the people won't stomach another water tax hike. They're stretched thin as it is. I doubt half these folks could even afford it.
Every penny, Minister. You know this.
What I know is this. Now is a time of tribulation for our people. We need not burden them any further.
But this project will add cost.
It inspires hope. We can afford it.
We're spending our goals on frivolities, meaningless eyesores.
We're spending our goals on our people. We're giving someone a chance to make a day's earnings and an opportunity to make a difference in this town. That, to me, is priceless. Well now, always in the right place at the right time, aren't we, Builder? That's good. I think Miguel may require a bit of assistance. I must be going, but be a dear and help him, won't you?
Yes. Help. According to some, the church needs a new mural in the temple. The church would be highly appreciative if you could work with our town's artists to manifest these vague requests. The minister thinks that certain effigies of our faith are uninviting. She gave rather limited notes on the specifics. Nevertheless, I would expect Pablo or Amira should be able to produce a painting of sufficient quality. If we're conscious of budget, perhaps even Jasmine could be recruited to our cause. The church has allocated 1,000 goals for the project. Here you are. What remains afterwards will be your commission for the frame. Return to me when you have the items in question. Be swift, builder.
Ho-ho! Another loyal customer just appeared. People call me the mystery salesman. Always a pleasure. How fortunate of us to have crossed paths. It just so happens that you're my first customer of the day. Tell me, how's your brother doing? Perfect. That reminds me. I'm looking for someone to cooperate with on a little side gig of mine. If you're the right person for the job, there could be a lot of profit to be made. Want to hear my offer? You know of cooking, right? Basically, it's building with food. Hence my interest in working with you. No need to find a professional chef. That'll be too pricey. Anyway, I was traveling through Seaside, and I picked up a few of their signature peppers. They range from the super spicy, to the hyper numbing, to the ultra pungent. All uniquely delicious, borderline nutritious, and go well with just about any dish. And by any dish, in this case, I mean noodles. As something of a noodle connoisseur myself, I have a keen nose for what makes them pop. But why stop at just filling our stomachs when we could fill our wallets as well? I'm sure that once someone creates the dish I have in mind, people will be lining up for decades just to get one whiff of them. Me? Oh, I don't cook. Which brings me to my point. You have a cooking station. That makes you as qualified as anyone. Once you get the dish right, I'll sell the recipe all around the free cities. We'll do it real fair, real amicable-like, nice and square, 70-30. Well, someone's acting shrewd. I tell you what, I'm in a good mood today, and I like your backbone. 50-50 it is. I'll concede a bit and give you my peppers, but don't think my first offer wasn't fair now. Good. It's a deal then. Now, my only hope is that you might succeed where others have failed. For this dish, let me be as precise as possible. You'll first need a bone broth as the base, and the noodles should be handmade with flour. Before boiling them, you'll need to add some leafy vegetables, as well as some seasoned fresh meat. Then, it's time to add my seaside peppers. I've blended 18 peppers and spices together to make my own secret seasoning. In any case, you'd best figure this out in the next 3 days. You know how I roll, right? Can't stay in any place for more than 3 days. Usually it's 2. I'm doing you a favor here. Plus, there are others out there who can build things with food, you know. Come find me when you've created the dish.
Ah, this photo. Oh, thank you. This is the photo I'd hoped most we'd be able to find. This, of course, is our wedding day. Everything was perfect then. Never was there a more picture-perfect model of Telesis than on that day. We all shared that oasis. Not one of us was wanting. And as our little camp grew in numbers, so too did our family. That day, we thought we'd chosen a fate to live forever in paradise. Let's just say, it's hard for me to believe in that old light doctrine. Everything happens for a reason. Thank you.
Hey, I wanted to commission some homemade paint, but your boss said it was too small of a task to put on the board. Then he said some kind of greedy stuff. Do you think you could help me out? Cool. Actually, I was thinking we could enjoy the paint together. I'm taking the day off to paint my walls 3 days from now. Do you want to bring over the paint then so we can paint then? That's great news. We're going to have a really good time. See you then. Don't forget the paint. That's the most important part of painting.
Yeah?
Hi.
Hmm. Yeah?
Huh?
Hmm. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Take her easy.
Than it is to walk out a tailor-made looking anything other than
Thank you.
A painting? For the church. Darling, I'm afraid I must respectfully decline. My art is suitable for museums, gallerias, and possibly poetry jam coffee shops if they're chic enough. I can hardly think of a place less hip than the church, I'm afraid. Perhaps the lovely Amira would be up to your task.
Welcome. Is there something I can help you with? A mural for the temple. It's a wonderful idea. But a mural that size will take some time. And that's not something I have a lot of. Still, since you'll be putting aside your work to make the frame, perhaps I can do the same. It's a tough job, though, and with things being tight lately, I'm afraid I can't offer a sizable discount. So it will be 1,000 goals for the mural. Would that work for your budget? Wonderful. I'll get started right away. I'll send it to you when I'm done.
Did someone come in? Oh, I can see through the cracks a bit. You come to join me? One-person closet, I'm afraid. You can hang out as long as you want. I'll probably be in here a while, though. Air's nice this time of year. Oh, yeah. They're still wondering about those letters, huh? Heard about that. Yeah. Well, it sure is hard to catch criminals. As you know. Actually, I looked it up. Not writing your name on a letter isn't a crime. That's why I didn't get back to you. Gosh. All the evidence is pointing straight to, yeah, it does seem like I'm the lead suspect in this case. I mean, it's probably me, but what if it's not? Dang, it's hard to think inside this closet. Well, if it really is me, I'd want to be the first to know. Say, you're the best investigator we have on the force. Maybe you can solve this case. As it so happens, we are exactly where we need to be for that to happen. My house. I'll bet you could build a criminal profile on me based on my stuff. Why don't you take a look around? You might even find the secret letter I was going to give you. But don't get your hopes up too high. I hid it pretty good. Just head over to the jukebox and turn on the investigation music when you're ready. I do it myself, but, you know, closet. Nice. Can't have an investigation without the investigation music. Describe to me what you see, and I'll try to help out your investigation. Oh, these? Justice gave me these. He wants me to eat more meat for protein, but I'm more of a yellow soup and lemons guy. Yep. One of my quieter works. The little one on top I balanced there with a tweezer. The delicate serenity of it all makes me less worried when I ask it to do dishes, and it never does. Couple boxes of rocks. Nothing to see here. Really? Don't you have hundreds of rocks in your storage boxes most of the time? I'm not judging. Obviously, I have plenty myself. You shouldn't feel bad about collecting things you like. As long as you're not hurting anyone, I think it's fine. Ah, one of my finest rock stacks. Note how each layer is perfectly balanced, and yet each rock supporting them is a different size and consistency. I like to think that this sculpture represents the idea that, no matter who you are, we all have a place where we can fit in and hold each other up, ideally surrounded by cool rocks. How could anyone with such a wholesome rock stack be responsible for something like nameless letter writing? Yeah, maybe it's a no-good lead. Darn, really thought we had something there. A bunch of exercise equipment. If the perpetrator has been lifting weights like this, they'd be too strong to write. They'd smash the pencil in their grip, or rip right through the paper when they tried to write. Well, yeah, you might be right. Probably not really either of us to say, though. That's Wilson. He's sleeping. Better not wake him up. Well, I guess if it's for the sake of the investigation, up to you. Looks like he's not talking, which makes sense. All I know how to cook is yellow soup and lemons. It ain't much, but it gets me through the day. Yeah, you just take 2 parts yellow, 4 red dots, and, I don't think I know how to share recipes. You should ask Owen or Mabel about that. Well, looks like we didn't find anything. Guess I'm not the one who sent those letters after all. That's a shame. I was really rooting for you to catch me, if it was me, which is still up for debate. Whew, do you mind turning on that fan? Sweating bullets here inside this closet. Well, so, did you read the part where I signed my name? Wow, if you didn't get it from my letter, I always thought you were super cool. To be your best friend, it would be an honor. In case you didn't see, I asked Justice. He said it's okay if I have two best friends. And Wilson, well, he's just not the jealous type. So things are kinda just gonna be great from now on, I think.
Uh-huh. Martel's Oasis used to be called the Sapphire of the Eufaula. At least, that's what my pa told me. Nobody calls it that these days, I'm afraid. Hello! All right, catch you next time.
Hello? See ya.
Need to salvage in the scrapyard? Let me know if you do. All right then. You come to the entrance of the scrapyard at 11 o'clock tonight, and I'll take you in. Don't forget. haven't you gone home yet? It's so late. That's not like you.
Heh. I'd never get caught dead doing overtime. You just don't get it. That's why you'll always be small time, Venti. Night shift pays double, and you work half as hard. Plus, I get to sleep all day tomorrow.
Well, if that's the kind of life that makes you happy. Oh, yeah, I have a few bottles of yak milk here. You love drinking it, right? Take them all.
Ooh, hey, yeah, that's the stuff. Look, maybe I got it wrong. You're all right, Venti. I could make a super jumbo yak shake with all this. Oh, but not until after my shift is over.
Well, it's as you said, isn't it? There's not much to do during the night shift. Everyone in Sandrock is so wonderful. No one leaves their door unlocked. No one litters the streets. You should go. Milkshakes before midnight are the freshest and most delicious.
Yeah, is that like scientifically true? Yeah, now that you mention it, I could totally get away with it. I could suck down viscous yak milk goo till the sun comes up. That is—
I won't tell if you don't. Who would know?
Whoa! When did you get so cool, Venti? I won't forget about this. Somehow after today, I think we're gonna be friends forever. See ya!
That should do it. Oh, you're here. Your footsteps are so light that I didn't even hear you. You scared me. Okay then, let's go. It's so relaxing to dig up scrap with you. Amira is such a beauty, and she's also very kind. Whenever she talks to me, Amira is such a beauty, and she's also very kind. Whenever she talks to me, it's so relaxing to dig up scrap with you. It's so much fun digging through junk together with you. Time flew by so fast. Here, take all of these. They're all the scraps I dug up. They're yours now. Wow, look at the stars in the sky. I rarely stay in the scrapyard this late into the night, but I didn't realize the view could be so beautiful. It reminds me of my hometown Baja, where I would wake up in the middle of the night and see a sky full of stars. I love open spaces. Well, my old home was a landfill site that's been used since the days of the old world, and my bed was simply a large garbage bin. Grande used to say that the stars were our blanket. The only inconvenience was when it rained, but then I found some ancient coffee cups that were super large. I linked them together and made a coffee cup umbrella. It turned out to be surprisingly useful. I rarely stay in the scrapyard this late into the night, but I didn't realize the view could be so beautiful. It reminds me of my hometown Baja, where I would wake up in the middle of the night and see a sky full of stars. I love open spaces. You know what? Nights have their own scents. Like now, if you take a deep breath, it smells like dark ore, weeds, and even motor oil. It's different from the scent of things during the day that have been sunbaked. It's quiet and kind of refreshing. And I can also smell your scent, a professional builder. It's easy to recognize it's you. Hey, do you need to get home? How about we go sit by the crane lift, chat, and look more at the stars? Let's go. We'll sit over there. I didn't invite anyone else to come and dig through scrap with me. I think it's a very enjoyable thing to do privately, so I only want to do it with people I feel close to. So, please don't tell anyone else about the fact that I brought you here to dig for scrap, okay? Is there anyone who doesn't like salvaging? I will never hate salvaging scrap. Maybe some people think that scrap is dirty and unsanitary, but I grew up in a landfill, and my greatest pleasure is finding various discarded items and turning them into something useful. Sleeping in a trash can is more comfortable than sleeping on a bed. Working to help others recycle waste materials is absolutely my favorite thing to do. Is there anyone who doesn't like salvaging? I will never hate salvaging scrap. Maybe some people think that scrap is dirty and unsanitary, but I grew up in a landfill, and my greatest pleasure is finding various discarded items and turning them into something useful. Sleeping in a trash can is more comfortable than sleeping on a bed. Working to help others recycle. Many people say that. I often see people on the street who look like me, but there are still differences. Venti is one of a kind. So, my good friend, you'll remember me, won't you? Okay, let's go back and rest today. It was great digging through scrap with you. See you later.
Hey there.
Howdy! Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, hello! Lovely day today, isn't it? Then again, isn't every day lovely and fabulous, Sandrock? I've actually been meaning to tell you about something. You see, I consider a lot of people to be my friend, even if they don't always feel the same way about it. But you, I think you're my bestest friend in the whole wide world! Yahoo! What? I'm so glad we're official! And when you're around, I feel like I can do anything! So, here's my idea, if you're up for it. It's probably not news to you that sometimes out in the desert there are wild arcs roaming around. You remember arcs, right? Oh, no, but don't worry. I'll remind you. At-risk citizens of Sandrock! You know the type. Tree choppers, cactus poachers, lunch bag stealers, litter bugs, jaywalkers, jugglers, and worst of all, water wasters. So, I'd like to commission from you a weapon. A weapon so powerful that it will take care of those arcs once and for all. That's right. Those arcs will be gone forever. I'd like you to get me some flowers. Flowers that will kill them with kindness. I believe that if we show these arcs the beauty of life up close, well, there's no way they could continue to wallow in their fantastic! I knew I could count on you. Here are some seeds to do the deed, plus a few extra for yourself. Just grow them in your garden like usual, and let me know when you're ready to obliterate those water wasters with kindness.
We can change the future.
Good work, Builder. I knew the church could rely on you. I do appreciate the effort, make no mistake, but were I minister, we would not have spent our scant resources on such a project. But I am not. Thank you, Builder. I'm glad you see my vision of the light. We both studied in Mayday. We've known each other for a long time. She's always been bright-eyed and idealistic, seeing the good in everyone. The ministry adores students such as her. I, on the other hand, have held tightly to the texts and the studies into the age of corruption. We need to learn well from the demise of the old world. When I was sent to Sandrock, the temple was just another building. The citizens paid no real heed to the teachings and had lost their way. They watched my sermons skeptically, unaware they were repeating the sins of their forefathers. Others believe they are devout, but I can see the corruption inside them. They always did everything the way they wanted, not the right way. Do they not see by flaunting the rules left and right, we're blindly stumbling into another Armageddon? I tried to warn them, to open their eyes. I only aim to do what's best for my flock. The spirits of the people need guidance away from their disorderly ways.
We can change the future.
Let us place this work upon the temple walls. A spectacular piece of art. If only to cover up the day of calamity. Are we to forget our history? Sandrock has its problems, but is not the most core of our beliefs to never forget the day of calamity?
Today, we'll be
Nevertheless, these decisions are not mine to make anymore.
Guess I never thought
I
of
was
it
here
like
for a
that.
short while before Mady sent Matilda. As soon as she arrived, we received word that she would be taking the role of minister. I presume her interpretation of the light scripture was more fitting for the people of this town. I'm not one to question the church's orders, so I graciously accepted my subservient role. As to the citizens here, evidently, I worry the minister is too lenient with the citizens of this town. She seems to believe the people here want to follow the light, but only a select few profess and show their belief in an appropriately fundamental manner.
I guess I could be
Anyway,
more generous.
thank you, Builder. I appreciate your dedication. Every act you perform for our city helps to spread telesis in these lands and beyond.
We can change the future. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that's so
Blah, blah,
me.
blah,
I'm
not
real
bad.
righteous like
Okay,
that.
we get it.
Today, we'll be talking about struggle. Now, I don't need to remind y'all that Sandrock ain't exactly the most
Whew, nice work. The hardest part is behind us. First, some music to set the mood. Now it's time to sit back and enjoy the show. Yep, you've heard the stories, but did you ever think you'd really be living it? Watching paint dry. Do you think it'll catch up with that skinny glob down there? Only time will tell. Whoa, you're going already? The party's just getting started. Oh, cool. You scared me for a second. If you look really close, you can see the thicker parts of the paint slowly drip down and even out. But for a beginner, you might want to focus on a point. Remember the paint. Close your eyes for about 10 minutes. Then when you open them, you'll definitely see the difference. This is one of my favorite things in the whole world. Looks like the paint is dry. Well, you know what they say. Nothing good can last forever. Did you enjoy yourself? My favorite part was when the paint dried. Well, I'm beat. That was more than enough excitement for one day. I'll catch you later.
Howdy. Thank you.
Yeehaw! Hey, this looks pretty good. You sure you didn't nab it from some highfalutin pro shop? Gosh, I feel all the rain clouds being chased away. I can't wait to get back out on the trail and try this thing out. Here's your pay as promised. Be seeing ya.
Mmm, the savory broth. I can feel it in my joints. Is that yak mill I taste? Excellent choice. Oh, and the noodles are so fresh. And the veggies really balance out the spice. Even my wife would love this, and she's... Whoop! Noodles almost made me spill the beans. Builder, you've done it! This dish is exquisite. I'm going to take this across the free cities. I surmise that the demand will be high. Gosh, you don't know how many other people I went through trying to get this recipe right. But you're the one. The one who can bend noodles to your very will. I think I'll call them Chaji Malato no Dele Pleasantatious Mien. That's Seasayan for makes you drool with joy. Because they make me drool. I'm gonna trademark that. Anyway, I'm going to start talking to restaurant owners in other cities. Meanwhile, feel free to start selling the recipe around here in Sandrock. Maybe you can work something out with that saloon guy. What's his name? Joe? Just don't sell the recipe for anything less than 200 goals. Got me? Okay, we're pals now, so I'm gonna share with you a couple tricks of the trade. First rule of making a deal, you gotta ease into it. Don't just strike straight at the heart of the matter. Ask them about their family or something. Remember how I did? Second rule, always let them know you've got other options. Make them desperate. That's all. I'll be on my way. I'll send you any profit share later.
Howdy. Uh-huh. Yep. What? Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep. What? Uh-huh. Hey, see you around.